Hello, this is a demonstration of a content area reading strategy called Say Do. The Say Do activity has 4 different steps, and we're going to be practicing on an example on earthquake safety from Harvard.com. So the first step is to read the document and annotate like a historian. The second step is to have some internal dialogue about what the author is saying. The third step is to analyze what the author is doing in each paragraph. And the fourth step is to fill out a chart that looks similar to this, which has the paragraph number, what the author is saying, and what the author is doing. So we're going to go back to our example. So step 1 was to read the document and annotate like a historian. I went ahead a little bit and I annotated the document like a historian. To annotate like an historian just means to have 3 different colors to annotate the document. So one for labeling paragraphs, one for circling, or in our case, I put parentheses around capitalized things. So you just circle capitalized things and then you underline main ideas with 3 different colors. So now we just need to read the paragraph. In 2016, the United States had over 19,000 earthquakes. That averages to about 52 earthquakes a day. Some areas in the country experience a greater frequency and magnitude. California, for example, averages 19 earthquakes a day. A single earthquake can cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. The 2014 South Napa earthquake totaled almost $500 million in damage. So this paragraph is talking about how earthquakes are expensive and how they're frequent. So that was what I got from reading everything in that paragraph. So that's going to be my summary. Earthquakes are frequent and expensive to deal with. So this is my saying what the author is saying to me. That's what I got. Okay, so then I finished step 2. So I thought, what did I learn from that paragraph? I learned that earthquakes are expensive. They cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. And the United States alone had 19,000 earthquakes. That's pretty frequent. That averages about to 52 earthquakes a day. So that's pretty frequent. That's what I learned from that paragraph. Now I need to go to step 3. What is the author doing in this paragraph? And so some choices we have are give an example, share an anecdote, describe an event, illustrating an event. In my opinion, I think this author is listing data, because if the author just said earthquakes are frequent and expensive, there's a chance that I might believe that, there's a chance that I might not. But because he has some data in there, it gives this paragraph more credibility, and I'm able to see, maybe from my own prior knowledge. Yeah, I do know that California has a lot of earthquakes a day, so I'm more I'm it's more it makes more sense for me to believe what this author is saying because they put data in this paragraph. So I'm going to put that there, listing data. Okay, now I'm going to go down to step 4, where we're going to fill in our chart. So we have a short mini chart down here, for example. So in paragraph 1, which is what we just read, the author is saying that earthquakes are frequent and expensive to deal with. Okay, so I'm just going to go and copy that. And then what is the author doing? We just discussed they're listing data. So because of that data that they put in the paragraph, it makes more sense for me to believe what they have to say because they've done their research on earthquakes. Okay, so let's do paragraph 2. Let's go back to step 1. We've annotated it. Now we need to read it. It's important to be prepared for an earthquake no matter where you live. Even areas on the eastern seaboard can experience destructive quakes. For example, in 2011, a 5.8 magnitude quake rocked Louisiana, Virginia, and caused almost $300 million in damage. This article will help you learn how to prepare for an earthquake, how to stay safe during one, and what to do after it occurs. So, what is this article saying? So right now I'm having internal dialogue. What is this section about? What information was presented? What did I learn? So I learned that no matter where you live, even if you live on the east, there could be destructive earthquakes, and you need to be prepared financially, physically for an earthquake. So I'm gonna put no matter where you live, oops, earthquakes can happen, and it is best to be fully prepared at all times. Okay, so that is what the author is saying to me. All right. So now I'm going to go to step 3 and analyze what the author is doing in this paragraph. Once again, the author is using listing data as a way to have some credibility. So I'm going to say that they're listing data again because from my own prior knowledge, I know that earthquakes mostly happen in the north. So to bring in that it happened in Virginia was shocking to me, and that it had almost $300 million in damage. That's research that the author had to find in order to support their claim that you should be prepared for earthquakes no matter where you live. So I'm going to go down to my chart again. And what the author is saying is that you need to be prepared at all times, no matter where you live. And then how they backed up that claim is listing data. Now, I really like this strategy because now I know, and my students will know, that when they want to add some credibility to what they're saying, or to support their claims, if they took a stance that's not very popular, as long as they have the research to back that up, their information will be credible, and people have more. There's more of a chance for people to believe and understand what they have to say. So just breaking documents up like this will help students with writing and reading and just overall comprehension. Thank you.